the feeling of winning. You already know this sensation, even if you have never put it into words. The trade starts moving in your favor. Just a little. Green numbers flash on your screen. Your heart speeds up. Your palms get slightly sweaty. And suddenly, almost instinctively, you feel an urgent need to protect something that barely exists yet. So you close the trade quickly. You tell yourself that you are being disciplined. Smart. Professional. You lock in that small gain and feel a wave of relief wash over you. It is fleeting, but it feels like a victory in that moment. Then, hours later, or sometimes just minutes later, you watch as the price moves exactly where you originally expected it to go. Without you, you were right about the direction. You were right about the level. You were right about almost everything except the one critical thing that mattered. You did not stay in the trade long enough to truly get paid for being correct. Meanwhile, the losing trade you promised yourself you would cut fast somehow lingers. It pulls back. It goes deeper against you. You widen the stop-loss mentally. You delay the decision. You hope. You wait. You negotiate with the market as if it is a person capable of hearing your thoughts. And before you know it, one small loss grows into a damage that erases several of the small wins you had earlier. This pattern is not random. It is not bad luck. It is not the market being cruel to you specifically. It is your brain betraying you in real time. I have observed thousands of traders fall into this exact cycle, cutting winners in minutes, holding losers for hours. Same chart, same setup, same strategy. The only difference is their emotional state. That emotional state determined everything. Here is what most people are never told: the reason you keep losing money is not your strategy. It is not your indicators. It is not your entry technique. The reason is biological. Your brain is wired for survival, not trading. You are running software designed hundreds of thousands of years ago and attempting to use it in an environment it was never built for. The good news is that there is a solution, not a motivational speech, not a simple mindset hack, a systematic protocol, a step-by-step method to override the survival instincts that drain your account one emotional decision at a time. I call it the survival override protocol. Over the next hour, I will show you exactly why your brain sabotages your trades, how the three invisible enemies inside your mind secretly control your exits, and the specific rules, with exact numbers, that will remove your weakest self from the decision-making process entirely. This is not about becoming fearless. It is about becoming structured. It is not about feeling confident. It is about executing correctly even when you feel uncertain. It is not about winning every trade. It is about behaving in a way that allows probability to work in your favor over hundreds of trades. By the end of this session, you will understand why patience is not passivity but a weapon, why doing nothing is often the most profitable position you can hold, and why traders who survive long enough to become profitable are not smarter or luckier than you. They have simply learned to stop obeying their instincts. Chapter 1E, the trade you just lost was not random. Think about a moment you have experienced countless times. You enter a trade. Your analysis was solid. The setup looked clean. You had a target in mind. Then price begins moving in your favor. The position goes green, and something changes inside you. Your heart beats faster. A tightness builds in your chest. Your eyes lock onto the profit number as it ticks upward. $50, $75, $100. And with every tick, the inner voice grows louder. Take it, lock it in, do not let it turn against you. So you exit the trade. You bank that $100 and feel smart, disciplined even. You protected what you had. You avoided greed. Then you watch. You keep watching. Because the price continues past your original target. 200 points beyond. 300. You calculate in your head that $100 win could have been 500. You were right about direction, timing, and level, but you walked away with a fraction of the trade's true value. That is not discipline. That is fear wearing a mask. Now consider the opposite scenario. You enter a trade, and it immediately goes against you. Red fills the screen. Your stomach tightens. But unlike the winner, something different happens. The voice in your head changes. It whispers. Give it room. The setup is still valid. The market is just shaking out weak hands, so you hold. The loss grows. -50 becomes -100. -100 becomes -200. You move your stop further away. You tell yourself patience. But it is not patience, it is avoidance. The loss exists in a limbo of unrealized potential, where your brain pretends it might still recover. It does not. That single trade wipes out 5 of those small wins you carefully earned earlier. The market has not changed between these 2 trades. Your strategy has not changed. Only your emotional state did. In the winning trade, you feared losing. In the losing trade, you clung to hope. Both lead to the same outcome, a smaller account. This is not a flaw, it is biology. Jesse Livermore, one of history's greatest traders, said it clearly: the speculator's chief enemies are always boring from within. He was not talking about the market. He was talking about your own mind. The first step in the survival override protocol is brutal awareness. See the pattern for what it is. Not bad luck, not a manipulated market. Your own psychology, working perfectly against you. Chapter 2: Your brain was not built for this. To understand why this happens, we need to travel back 200,000 years. Human brains were designed to survive, not to trade. In the wild, grabbing what is secure keeps you alive. Hesitating can kill you. For hundreds of thousands of years, this worked flawlessly. See food, eat it. See danger, run, react instantly. Then suddenly, in evolutionary terms, humans invented markets, and the rules reversed. Taking small profits early destroys edge. Avoiding small losses leads to catastrophic ones. Your brain cannot comprehend this reversal. By the time rational thought kicks in, your emotional brain has already acted. Winning trades feel fragile because your brain sees potential loss, not potential gain. Losing trades feel temporary because unrealized loss is still just a number on a screen. This is loss aversion in action. Losses hurt roughly twice as much as equivalent gains feel good. Predictably, traders cut winners early and hold losers too long. Small wins, big losses. A bleeding account. Chapter 3E. The 3 silent traders. Fear, greed, and ego are invisible. They control your exits without appearing on any chart. Fear closes winners early. Greed overleverages after a streak. Ego holds losers to preserve identity. They disguise themselves with rational phrases, but they are the reasons accounts bleed. The solution? The survival override protocol, with its 5 core rules. 3 gates of action: plan, setup, emotional neutrality. 24-hour loss rule: no revenge trading. Pre-acceptance ritual: accept risk before entering. 10-minute temptation timer: let urges fade. Profit and loss blackout: focus on price, not numbers. These rules create structure so emotional trading becomes nearly impossible. Chapter 4: The extended transformation. Now, let's expand this concept further. Mastery is not just avoiding mistakes, it is building identity around consistent behavior. Every single trade becomes a reflection of your discipline. Every hour spent observing the market without action strengthens the most critical trading muscle: patience. Imagine a year of following these protocols. Hundreds of trades, dozens of winning streaks, losses carefully managed, no revenge trades, no ego-driven positions. Your brain learns a new software: emotional restraint. The survival override protocol transforms your identity. You stop chasing the hero fantasy. You become the operator, the quiet sniper. Over time, your edge compounds silently. Small wins add up, large losses are contained. Execution becomes automatic. Market outcomes stop dictating your mood. You no longer fear green numbers or dread red. You focus on what you can control: your adherence to process. This final transformation is profound. The trader who follows rules, respects probabilities, and masters patience evolves into a professional who survives and thrives over decades. The one who succumbs to heroism, hope, greed, or ego disappears from the game. You are not trying to be exciting. You are building a career. Real trading is invisible work. Journaling, reviewing, observing, waiting. Doing nothing perfectly is the action that creates wealth. Can you sit for 4 hours, see nothing, do nothing, and call it a perfect day? That is mastery. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Trading is the daily practice of this principle. You cannot control the market. You control your reaction. You control execution. You control adherence to rules. When you achieve this, outcomes take care of themselves. The green flashing, heart pounding trades will still trigger your instincts, but now you know them, you name them, and you have a protocol to override them. You become the calm, structured operator. The market no longer owns your mind, it rewards your discipline.